Are you spicy? Are you single? And are you stuck there? Today, we're going to fix that on this episode of the Midnight Manor. I'm your host, Midnight. Welcome to the show. Today, we're going to be tackling a common problem that I've seen in not only the munches and events that I've hosted, but something I've also seen a lot of people asking about online, which is I'm submissive, I want to be ready to jump into a relationship, but I don't have a master to serve, I don't have the skills that I need for it, and I want to be ready for when I can move into that relationship. How do I do so? We're going to be tackling this. I'm going to be doing, this video is going to be focusing on the submissives. I'm going to be making a separate video as well for the doms. And this is going to break down into two parts. One, the prep. So getting ready with the skills that you need and that you want to be able to bring forth into a relationship. And the second part is to be seen, how to be able to help actually connect and find people in the lifestyle that you can build this relationship with. Let's get started. So the first part is prep. How do you get yourself ready for a kinky relationship as a submissive if you don't currently have a master or a dom, whatever it is that you are looking for? So one of the first things I would recommend is developing practicing some sex slave positions. You can easily Google this online to be able to find a whole collection of them. I've seen some people develop well over 200 positions into their relationship. You don't have to worry about that just yet. As I say, focus on the little things. You want to develop 2 to 3 different positions that cover a couple different varieties. I would recommend something like the Nadu position, having something where you're standing, and then maybe something where you're lying down or on all fours. It allows you to be able to express submission, service, and vulnerability. By practicing these various different positions, not only is it going to help you to develop routines and practice training, which is going to showcase that you are someone who can do these sort of things, that they are trainable, that they can listen and follow routines, you're going to have a collection of starting positions that are going to work very well. And by working on a couple of the more, for lack of a better word, entry-level or common positions, this isn't going to mess you up if the dominant wants to re-educate or train you on something specific. A lot of these are going to be fundamentals that can either be easily adjusted or incorporated into your relationship, so they're very safe to be practicing and engaging in. The other part is learning to develop some of your domestic skills, and a lot of this really is a lost art that's happened to us there. And that's going to focus primarily on 2 key skills, cooking and cleaning. I touched base on this a little bit in one of my old podcast episodes where we were with a professional sub who was really talking about the importance of being able to maintain your own space before you're actually in a relationship. You should be focusing on living the lifestyle as a sub without a dom or a master. And then that way, whenever you're inviting them into your life and you're getting started, you already have these routines again developed. Breaking it down into 2 parts there for cooking. Sure, everyone can make macaroni and cheese. You can make any sort of basic meal. We want to take it just 1 notch higher. This is about cultivating, again, 2 to 3 dishes. These could be creative appetizers, fancy entrees, or delicious desserts. And just by elevating your cooking game by just a little bit, you will be able to stand out, and you're going to be able to make your dom feel special. You could easily watch a video with Gordon Ramsay or various other famous chefs about learning like things like garnish or little things that kind of take your game a step above. And that's really is about what we're trying to accomplish here, because you're building the fundamentals for developing the rituals and routines that will go into your lifestyle. And again, this is not something that is sex determinative. Whether you are a male sub or a female sub, it is so important to be able to have that cooking game. It's an easy way to someone's heart. Even as a dom, I have a couple of dishes so that when my subs come over, I might make them a really nice meal so that they know that I understand the efforts that I'm asking them to put into, and that I have that grasp of what they're going to be doing for me. It also, as a dom, as a little tip there, makes me more appreciative of what they're putting in as well. So being able to cultivate just a couple of these special dishes is going to make someone feel special, and then you've already got them in your pocket. Because as soon as you can just sort of drop a couple of these basic things, you're going to stand out. Everything here is when you're starting at 0, this is the beautiful thing about all this. When you're at 0, getting just to the first level is the biggest difference for the least amount of effort. And that's why it's so important that you cultivate these fundamentals while you're still single. This is your advantage stage. You should be taking full advantage of it. Make sure you develop. The last thing I'm going to say is, in terms of developing some neat little niches, because you really should be cultivating your personality in it as well. As a sub, you're not just a blank slate. You're still a person. You still have your own culture, your own desires, your own personality, and you want to showcase that. So again, you can start to focus on 2 or 3 little things that you can do as mini rituals, or things that can be a very good service based on who you are. One story I remember is at a munch, I'd always get a glass of water with my meal. I would fill it up there because I'm always talking, my throat gets parched. I remember one sub, it was her first time out there in the community. She was single, she was looking for a partner. And I was chatting with her, she was sitting next to me, and she just took the jug of water. She saw that I had filled my cup already a couple times, and she offered to fill mine for me. I remember this from at least 7 years ago when this happened. And it still stands out to me that someone just went out of their way to offer that small little token. And I'll tell you what, she got herself in a relationship in less than a year, and she's still with them today. So these little things do work. And again, if you are out in a community, and if you are new and you're already standing up by doing these little things, it's going to attract more people into your sphere. It's going to make you stand out. So make sure that those simple little things are what you are focusing on. The next part 2, is how to be seen. Now, back in the day, you used to have a lady, if she was single and wanted a man's attention, she would just drop a handkerchief. Guy would pick it up, introduce themselves, and it gave an excuse to talk to each other. Now, we don't do that exactly nowadays, but we do have other means of helping to stand out in the crowd in a vanilla world. This could be simple as having maybe some like cuffs around your wrists, a collar, a spike collar of a bell on it, even a neck choker. All these things can help to hint that you're into an alternative lifestyle without standing out too much. And again, you can cultivate this to your personality. Let people know what type of sub you are, or even what type of person you are. It could be something cutesy, it could be something pet related, it could be goth, whatever it is that is your niche. Make sure you're wearing something to showcase that. We all have to peacock out there if we want to be found by the right person. If you're not dropping those breadcrumbs for them, how are they supposed to find you? Speaking of finding you, there is one spot that if you want to be able to connect with local kinksters and across the world, you need to check out fetlife.com. It is considered the kinky Facebook, and while it's not officially a dating website, it kind of is a dating website. I've started so many relationships, play partners, training experiences from the people that I've met in the community online. You can also find people who are local in your area, further apart. It's a great way to join other groups, ask questions, and be able to help cultivate your social circle. Now, as much as FetLife is wonderful, it is also the wild west of the internet. If you are someone who is female presenting, you want to be careful about what pictures or attention you're drawing towards yourself. If you are posting a lot of thirsty content, let's say, you're going to be drawing a lot of unwanted attention. I wish I could say it was better than that, but so many women have shown me the private messages, and there's a lot of jerks out there. So you want to be careful about what pictures you show to people who aren't your friends, and you really want to focus more on showcasing your submissive style and personality, as opposed to being thirsty, showing a lot of skin, trying to be more on the sexy side. Unless that general attention is something you're looking for, have at it and have fun. Now, the last thing I'm going to say about being a sub trying to find a dom. The reality of it is there are more submissives out there than there are doms. And part of this is it does take a little bit more effort to be a dom, a little bit more confidence to be able to lead on there. But this doesn't actually have to be a problem for you. It can actually be the solution for creating a really unique experience. You can consider doing bottoming from the top. I will go over this more in detail in a future video. The summary is when you're starting off with someone who has no dominant experience, but they do want to please you, you can take the time to communicate to them what it is that you like, how to be a dom, the things that you enjoy, and providing that safe experience for them. It's going to be a lot of heavy communication, hands-on approach, and you really showcasing being comfortable in your own submission to be able to show your partner what it is that you like. While this is a little bit more work than you might traditionally think as a submissive, it is again going to create that experience where someone who wants to be with you, you showing all that effort in creating those unique experiences, that really is the fundamental of what makes these relationships last long term, is by cultivating these unique experiences. And if you're the one who's helping them develop these skills, that's something they're going to remember. I had a friend, she did that. She met this new guy. He didn't know anything about what he was doing. I did a first scene with them at a local club to help get them started. Then she took it from there. He found out that he actually did enjoy being a dom, but had no skills. And she, on the other hand, had over 10 years in the lifestyle with experience. So she cultivated, showed him how to be able to do things, and created that safe spot. Because I will say, even as doms, we need safety. We need to feel like it's okay to be dominant, and that we're not hurting, and that this is something that you're enjoying. Because at the end of the day, this is a power exchange between two equals. So don't forget to put that into your pocket to make the relationship that you want. The more effort you put in, the more you're going to stand out, and the more you're going to get back. At least more options that you're going to want. Now, of course, speaking of doing other things for subs, don't forget to sub to the channel, like, comment. If there's anything that I missed, let me know so I can do more deep dives into exploring these topics with you. Thank you very much for joining me, and I'll see you again next time.